Sure
season
did.
3.
Yes.
Of this dynamite show. What a great cast. Looking on the screen right here, there's you and Adam Scott, Martin Starr, Jane Lynch, Megan Mullally, Ryan Hansen. So much fun. When did this first cross your radar screen back in the day?
To the original when we first did it?
Yes, the original.
I was working on another show that Rob Thomas, who's one of the creators, and John Embaum and Dan Etheridge were working on called Veronica Mars, and I was lucky enough to have a recurring part on that where I played this character, Vinnie Van Lowe. And I was talking to Dan Etheridge, and he was telling me about this script, Party Down, that they tried to get up and running at HBO, I think. And at the time, Paul Rudd was attached to it. And I feel like Steve Carell was
in the ether,
maybe going to be part of it.
Yeah.
And then HBO didn't do it. And unfortunately for Paul, because I don't know what he's done since.
Yeah, I know. He's been lost.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for him. Yeah.
So they were telling me about that script, and I said, "Oh, can I read it?" While we're between shots, and then I read it, and I immediately went back to Dan Etheridge, and I was like, "If you ever audition for Ron Donald, please let me audition for Ron Donald." And so that was the first time I had read the script, and it was just an incredibly funny script, and I could connect it to Ron.
Why? Yeah.
Very
Why?
quickly.
Why was that the character that you chose, Ken?
I don't know. I just felt like.
Did you know at the time he was well endowed?
I didn't know. No, not at the time. Not at the time.
That was a reveal, if you will.
That was a reveal. Yeah.
At the end.
Which they said, "Hey, do we need to get a prosthetic?" And I said, "Yes."
For those who may not know, last we left Ron, right? The finale of the second season.
The second season,
right?
yeah.
Which that your character, it was revealed to be well endowed.
Well, there was somewhere in the, I don't know where, it wasn't at the end of the season, but they catered a porn event. And like the post-party porn award show.
Yes.
And a producer was at the urinal next to me, and he noticed that I had very, 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 very large member.
Yes.
And so he wanted to see if I wanted to get into adult movies, but he needed to see if it worked. And the problem is, with Ron's luck, he just got a little camera shy, and it didn't work at all. So,
oh my gosh!
So he had the equipment, but he didn't know how to properly use it, or couldn't use it.
Okay, so is that storyline? I'm not to ask for any spoilers. Are we done with that storyline?
I don't want to spoil anything in the third season, but it certainly isn't front and center.
Understood.
Yeah,
and
it's tucked away.
The fact that most of the cast that you've got back together here. It's pretty sweet. I mean,
everybody came back. The only person who wasn't able to do it but wanted to do it and was going to do it up until very late in the game, and it was because of COVID, and she had other projects that she was shooting, was Lizzie Kaplan.
She was great in that too.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
So hopefully, people will watch this, and maybe we can do another season, and I don't know, maybe Lizzie will come back.
Join, because it's so rare to see. Again, I know you'd mentioned before that that Party Down, seasons get split and it lasts longer. Like original series seasons last longer, but 2010 is technically the last season of Party Down.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
And so the fact that you could cater, if you will, a bar mitzvah in between the previous seasons, it's so rare to see something brought back like that. I mean, imagine you thought you'd never do this.
I never
again.
thought we would. Well, for a while that we were talking about doing something.
Yes.
And then every time I was in an interview, somebody would ask me, and I'd say something's brewing.
Yes.
I don't know what. I don't want to jinx it, but something's happening.
Yeah.
And then years went by, and then finally I let it go, and I was like, it's not going to happen. And then soon after that, I got a call. So there's a lesson.
Yes.
There, which
what
is,
is that?
Just stop believing. Stop believing and things will happen.
I like it. And, well, you got a good Jane Lynch story for me. Do you have a good Jane Lynch story for me? Anyone from the set, from anything, meeting her? Or, she is so damn funny.
Jane Lynch is, clearly one of the funniest people alive, and so I got to do a number of scenes with her this season.
Yes,
and that was super exciting. Right. One of my first scenes that I got to do with Jane was in a movie.
Okay.
called Role Models. In the movie Role Models, she takes a hot dog in a bun and sticks her finger through it, and then the hot dog comes out, and it was in the middle of the movie. And that was such a well-liked moment in the movie that we then repeated the beat with my character and her character at the end of the movie during the credits. And I think that's one of the first times we got to do stuff together. I think that was before Party Down.
Yes.
I could be lying to you.
It's all good.
But I got to do a bunch of stuff with her this season. She's super funny. What's great about her is she's just, anything she says is so genuine and real and also hysterical. So she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's been here, and we totally fanboyed her on The Fugitive.
Oh, you did?
Yes, which was something I think caught her a little off guard.
Because she was in The Fugitive. Yeah, she has it. And
she was the one who understood how the samples got switched.
That's right, in the hospital,
and if
right?
it wasn't for her,
yeah, who knows what happened?
Richard Kimball might never have come in from.
He might not have jumped off that train in time.
That's what we told her, and she, I think, wanted a restraining order on the spot, and she couldn't have been nicer about it.
I'm very happy. We had to do like a press junket, her and I,
Yes.
and everybody from Party Down, but they paired me up with Jane, and they basically sit us in a room together, and we're talking to people on a camera, and then they give that person 4 minutes or 8 minutes, and then the next interviewer comes in, and every time the interviewer was about to be cut off, I would go, they'd say thank you, and I'd be sitting next to Jane, and I'd say, oh, thank you, and right as they got cut off, I'd go, I love you, and every time I said it, Jane would start like laughing, and so then I kept doing it, and and so each time I did it, Jane would laugh more, and so it was like getting like crack cocaine. I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep doing it until Jane stops laughing, and she wouldn't stop laughing. Then she started doing it.
Fantastic.
So that's a nice joke.
That is a great one.
Story.
Ken Marino here on the Rich Eisen Show again. Party Down, third season. It's back. Premieres on STARZ at 9 Eastern time on February 24th, and you can check it out on STARZ app, all STARZ streaming, and so much more. And of course, Roku channel, the Roku devices is a great way for you to check all this stuff out. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.